What is up, everyone? It's C-Camp here, and I'm bringing back episode 9 of this TJ Christmas series. We are going to take on the Arizona Wildcats and the Oregon Ducks in this episode. It'll be a very fantastic series, hopefully. So, right off the bat here, we're going to do some skill upgrades, and we're going to go ahead and go to Master of Everything, which helps out a lot for this next upcoming game against the Arizona Wildcats, which improves catching, speed, elusiveness, and strength, and overall as well. We're also going to do Megathon, which improves overall stamina and injury. But now, no time to fret. It's time to go ahead and play some football with TJ Christmas. We're at home against the Arizona Wildcats, who have absolutely no chance of getting to the Pac-12 championship. But this game's a pretty big game for Stanford, because if they want to continue to have a shot at the Pac-12 North, they've got to win this game. So TJ Christmas is leading his team out onto the field. And Greg Nichols, the wide receiver, he's a great wide receiver. Hopefully he'll have a big day along with TJ Christmas and our quarterback, Amos. So TJ Christmas right off the bat here going to get, it was 2nd and 17, but he will turn it into a reasonable 3rd and 11, better than 3rd and 17. But look at that, TJ Christmas not blocking well. He will get sacked on the play, and Arizona already has a 7-0 lead. And it was 2nd and 11 right there. We've had a lot of sacks early, but I'm making it a reasonable 3rd and 3. And TJ will be stopped 4th and inches. But knowing coach of Stanford, why won't you go for it? It is a video game, but you know what? We're just going to go for it anyway. Because 4th and inches, I mean, why not? And look at, he uses that speed to break it outside, almost using that juke move to get to the right side and breaking past that cornerback. But look at this. That guy should have caught him definitely, but he does not. And he almost got past that guy, but the defensive end brings him down. So we're running a slip screen here, 2nd and 10, and that is just not a good play. Those slip screens never work when you are a Road to Glory running back. So TJ Christmas going to get about 10 yards, and he will make it a manageable 3rd and 6. And look, he's wide open, but he can't catch it. Oh, he should have probably been out there. Yeah, you didn't catch it. You're right. Move your arms like that. You didn't catch it. But eventually we did go for it on 4th down for some reason. Coach wanted to. That wasn't actually my decision, but they went for it and we got it. So 3rd and 5 now. And we have Greg Nichols wide open on the right side. Touchdown, Stanford. These are auto-generated names, so there's no Greg Nichols, I believe, on this Stanford team. But now look who's wide open on the left side. I believe that is Greg Nichols as well. Nice play for no, that's not Greg Nichols. But now it's 2nd and 10. Almost near the end of the 3rd quarter, and TJ Christmas going to make that 3rd and inches a very easily finished 3rd and inches when you have a guy like TJ, and he will use his legs to churn and get eventually 7 or 8 yard gain. And look at those season rushing stats. Those are impressive. And now we have a 2nd and 7. It's an easy 1st down play, and he will get the 1st down, have a guy on his back, and have to bring him down from the front. But 4th and 3, look at that. Coach wants to go for it again, and this is a great decision from Coach. Stanford Cardinal, TJ Christmas is in the house. Touchdown, Stanford. That is a big run, and that is going to make it a 21-7 ball game. Here's a replay. Nice block by the tight end, number 86. And he will take it all the way. There's a nice juke move at the end for absolutely no reason. But now it is 21-7. Play action Power at its best. He's got Greg Nichols wide open for the touchdown. That is Greg Nichols once again. So now it is 28-7. 1st and 10 now. He's got a hole up the middle. Almost broke that one for another touchdown. But no worries. This will be a halfback slam up the middle, and look who's gone once again. It's TJ Christmas, his 2nd touchdown of this very effective day, having a slow 1st half, but then he breaks it out in the 2nd half. And Stanford will eventually win this game 42-7 because I was taken out for the rest of the ball game and letting the 2nd stringers play. So it is a 42-7 victory for our quarterback. Is just so happy. We just beat the Arizona Wildcats. We send them to a 3-7 record, and Stanford comes in here and expectedly blows them out. So the fans are excited. It's an exciting day for Stanford. That's how they should normally win against these scrubby teams. And coaches are meeting in the middle of the field, congratulating each other. But you know, the Arizona quarterback probably expected to have a better game, but he didn't. So it's 42-7. And look who the player of the game is. It's Greg Nichols. 4 receptions for 84 yards and 3 touchdowns. But a very nice game from TJ Christmas. 17 carries, 127 yards, 2 touchdowns. Reception wise, he had 3 and 11. So look who is leading the Heisman watch. It is still TJ Christmas, along with Tim Thomas, who is not, I don't think it is Kenyon Barner or LaMichael James, so I don't know who that is. And I believe Eric Green is Ontario McCaleb, the running back from Auburn, and along with James Vandenberg, a.k.a. Mike Hall, and the unknown quarterback who used to be the quarterback instead of Russell Wilson. But now looking at the Pac-12 North, we've got an 8-0, 5-0 conference record for Stanford. It's going to be a big game coming up. And the Pac-12 South is pretty much wide open. UCLA could take it, Utah could take it, USC could take it, but Arizona State, Colorado, or Arizona cannot take it at this point. So we've got a tough Pac-12 South to see if we can win this game, but it all comes down to this game, biggest game of the year against the Oregon Ducks. But first, the reason you have a great game is if you have a great day of practice, and we're going to go ahead and see if TJ can have a great day of practice. And that's how you start off a great practice, with a nice run like that. And then the very next rep, TJ Christmas is going to get another huge run. He's going to bounce it outside, but using his speed is not fast enough. He can't get around that cornerback. But a couple, maybe 9 or 10 reps later, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, uses a juke move, but it was only about a 2-yard gain. Very next rep, TJ Christmas up the middle, and look at that. He can power through anybody. He is a balanced back, but yeah, he's got the speed and the power to do it all. He's got a lot of XP gains so far. Very next rep, TJ Christmas going to find a hole, get about 7 or 8 yards. And here on this 17th or so rep, I don't really know, he gets about 4 yards, more like 7 yards. And TJ Christmas going to hit a wall right there, almost getting the first down. And we're running a slip screen here. I'm never really good at these slip screens, but I do find a couple blocks. And I push my way for a first down, so that was very nice. I had a nice week, 1950 XP. That's great to have when you have a next game against the toughest test of the season, toughest test of all of Stanford's career with TJ Christmas. So offensively, they're an A, defensively A-, but overall they're an A. So this is a very loud crowd, I had to say. This was a very cool entrance for Oregon, I got to admit. It was a really fun entrance to watch. As you'll see, this guy's leading out the Duck of Oregon onto the field on a motorcycle. That's pretty sweet. I don't know why he has a motorcycle with him, but we're going to go ahead and let you guys watch this. This is pretty sweet. We have the cheerleaders and cheermen going crazy. The fans are letting them hear it. Oregon is pumped. This is their biggest game of the year, most likely. Maybe it could have been USC, but USC was probably like 3 or 4 at some point during this season. Then they dropped, I think. So we've got a big test this week. Oregon is pumped, and they have an early 7-0 lead, but it's time for TJ Christmas to take over offensively. And look at these season rushing stats. Almost has 200 rushes, but 15 touchdowns, almost at 1,500 rushing yards, a little under. But a nice play here using some sort of spin move to get around his defender. We're going to see a replay. I didn't mean to even use the spin move on this catch, but it did let me get an extra 4 or 5 yards. Using that spin helped me out a lot. So the next play, I believe is the next play of this drive. Yes, the very next play, we have a run up the middle, and that's going to get us about 7 yards. But that drive eventually stalled out. So we have a new drive starting on the 41-yard line, and TJ's going to get an extra couple yards more than expected. He gets 8 yards. And the very next play, outside Christmas, using that strength to get an extra 3 or 4 yards, and that'll be a first down. So here on 2nd and 10, Christmas is just having a great game so far. It's another first down. We're still in the first quarter. Now we're entering the second quarter. Christmas is stopped, but why not go for it? I mean, it's 4th and inches at the Oregon 3.5-yard line. You got to go for it. So he's got everybody in the middle, clumped in the middle. That is when you break it outside. Touchdown, TJ Christmas. Big run for him, and he is pumped. He's calling the crowd, that Stanford crowd. There's actually a lot of Stanford fans on the other side of the field, right behind the goalpost. And Oregon is upset. Number 20 guy, he's upset too. So we missed the extra point somehow, but look at me, I'm wide open. And they find me down the field. I'm streaking down the field, down to about the 27-yard line. Big gain, and that's going to set us up with an easy field goal if we don't get a touchdown here. So getting us in field goal range was big because there's only about a minute and a half to go in this first half. So you'll see this replay. That was a very nice play. And I was supposed to run some silly curl route, but that's not what you have to do. So basically a minute and a half left to go in the second quarter. I've got to bounce outside, and he's going to take that down to about the 5-yard line, and we're going to call a timeout. But Stanford gets on the board, and Oregon doesn't, so that's a big play. It's now 13-10. Later in the third quarter, I'm wide open, but 3rd and 5. We've converted, but it's a fumble. And Oregon picks it up, and I get the tackle. I get 25 points for that. But now Oregon does get on the board. They get that big play with that tackle. So I get about a gain of 5 right here. Now it's another 1st and 10 play. I've got to run up the gut. I'm getting stopped. I'm not having the best game as I was in the first half, but I'm still playing pretty well. TJ Christmas bounces it outside. Why do I say that? I mean, he gets down to the 26-yard line, and that's going to basically wrap up the 3rd quarter. A great rushing day with 104 yards and a touchdown. And we get the playoff at the end of the 3rd quarter, and what a call. Down to the 6-yard line. Stanford is near the end zone. Oh, that's a big play. And Christmas is going to show the replay here. He gets such good leverage around him. He's so good. Ugh. Such a great player. And you see that Stanford fan on the left side of your screen. That is a pretty big Stanford fan base. So I'm setting a block here. And look who's wide open. It's square for the touchdown. And Stanford, oh goodness, they have the lead 19-10. Now it's 20-17. And now Stanford, 1st down. That could have just wrapped it up. But no, we want to continue to score. And look who's wide open. It's the tight end to the 11-yard line. And, folks, that's basically going to wrap it up. We're going to run a little bit of a halfback dive here. And can we score one more time? That would be very impressive. So we will see if we can do it. 3rd and 2, outside. Got to break it back inside in. No, we are stuffed. That'll be 4th and 2. Stanford will kick the field goal. Oregon will try to get down the field. They're pretty close, and they will not do it. Stanford pulls off the upset in Oregon and Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon. Big win, and the band's going crazy. Stanford wins this game in a low-scoring affair. That defense stepped up for Stanford. We win 23-17. Big game, and here's the play of the game somehow when I got stuffed on that 4th and 2. Maybe because it gave us a field goal, but look at that one Stanford fan. He's not making any movements. He's scared because he thinks these Oregon fans are going to beat him up or something. But yeah, but Oregon wins, and look who's the player of the game with 2 receptions, 63 yards, a tackle, 143 yards, and a touchdown. So very nice game for TJ Christmas. When you want to win these games, you got to step up. So one more thing before it's the end of the video. We're going to check out our coaching trust. Or a couple more things, my bad. We're going to check out the coaching trust. I'm a 92 overall. I'm a team leader trying to become a powerhouse and then eventually a team legend, which would be very easy to get if I continue this season throughout my senior year. But now heading into the top 25 polls, we're going to go check it out. We are the new number 2 seed behind Iowa. We could have the chance to play Iowa in the BCS National Championship. Got Oregon, Ohio State, Penn State, TCU, Rutgers, surprisingly. Somehow they're there, and somehow they have votes. That's surprising. USC, Virginia Tech, and Boise. So that's basically going to wrap up the video. Please do come back next week as we take on the Cal Golden Bears and hopefully get a shot to play in the Pac-12 Championship. So thanks for watching all. More vids will come to you soon. See ya!